Hello, my name is Thomas Krallo and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things trading, finance and money in general. Now this is going to be the last lesson number 10 of my 10-day Learn to Trade Properly challenge. So in this challenge, for the past 9 days, I have been giving out a lot of free information on real professional day trading, on all the things that you should be looking out for and all the best ways how to approach day trading and how to keep it safe and how to keep your risks to a bare minimum. Since if you watched all 9 previous lessons, and if you haven't, then please go back and watch them before you watch this video. And the information that I have been giving you is based on my purely my personal experience and on all of the stuff that was taught to me by my mentor. Now in this last lesson of this 10-day challenge, I'd like to discuss one of the most important, just like everything else, as I always say, one of the most important. In trading, there is no unimportant topic. Everything is important. And if you ignore one of the things that I've been discussing in the previous 9 lessons, you will be set on a collision course to crash eventually and lose a fraction or your whole trading deposit. That is guaranteed. So, and today's topic is the importance of paper trading. Another down-to-earth, simple as hell to follow topic and the rule that I'm about to give you. However, so many people ignore it and end up in quite a bad situation, financially, of course, and sometimes even mentally. So, in the past 9 lessons, you've learned a lot of incredible tips on money management, on risk management, on the reality of indicator trading, the truth about the things that actually have a chance of working and providing consistent profits and giving you the ability to actually live off of trading and and make you a wealthy person from trading. And you've learned the sour reality and the sour truth about forex signals and any signals just in general, as well as all the chat rooms that are designed to basically scam you out of your money, unfortunately, and so on and so forth. So there are so many things that in the past 9 days you have learned to actually, if you haven't been trading before, then you, I hope, have understood the seriousness of this business and all the potential and most common downsides and pitfalls that people stumble upon too often. And if you are an experienced trader and you have been trading maybe with a plus or a minus, I hope that I was able to improve your trading substantially already. And that was the point of this challenge, that to show you that in the period of just 10 days, with the right mentorship and the correct information, a little bit of persistence and the power of will, you will be and are able to learn this craft. You are able to learn it quite quickly, but only with correct information. But the point of this lesson is to mention one important factor once again, and that is paper trading. Even if you end up becoming one of my students and you learn from me and you will participate in my 4-month-long learning program, even then, even after completing that long and exorbitant and really fulfilling and advanced learning program that I've put together with everything that I know about trading, you still should paper trade even after such a great program. You still should spend some time and test all your new knowledge. You still shouldn't trust me. You still have to make sure that you have understood the material completely, that you are absolutely fine with using all the rules and you know when to execute them, specifically where and when to execute those rules, and that you are prepared mentally. And this is the huge part of the complete learning program. I've put a huge emphasis on trading psychology. That is something that not so many trading coaches do, and the trading schools in general, they just focus on simple structures and simple patterns and super basic stuff, which, as if you watched all the previous 9 lessons, you've understood the things that actually have potential of working, and those simple things, they are okay to start with to get an idea of how this business functions. But if you want to make money, unfortunately, you will not make money with those simple things, and you cannot take shortcuts in trading. You have to get proper education. Then you have to test that knowledge. So still spend a few months paper trading with demo money, with no stress on your trading psychology, without any undue risk and undue stress. And only then, when you compile proper trading statistics, which we have discussed in a few lessons back, then you will be able, and when you are able to see that, okay, in the past 2 months I've had blah 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 amount of trades, and successful trades were this many were negative, and this is how much money I made. And I followed all the rules. I'm familiar with all the rules. I know how to follow them to the T. So I'm actually quite comfortable with everything. And this is about the time when you can start with a small amount of money. So even, as I said before, even if you have $100,000 just laying around, don't start with $100,000 trading deposit. Start with 2-3,000. Okay, maybe 5,000. But don't start with 50 grand or 70 grand. It's unnecessary. This is going to be an unnecessary amount of stress. As you progress and when you do everything correctly, and as you start with a small trading deposit, you will still be able to slowly but gradually grow that deposit. And quite honestly, if you follow all the rules, if you create your personal trading algorithm based on all the methods that I'm teaching, then you will be consistently profitable. And even $3,000 will grow into $4,000. Then into $6,000, then into $8,000. And then that ladder the speed will be increasing exponentially. That's what happened to me 7 years ago when I started with about less than $20,000, which was still a huge risk for me, but I really was impatient, and it did have a negative effect on my trading psychology. And that's the reason why I'm sharing it with you, that the importance of trading psychology. So when you start with small money, which for you might seem like uninteresting money, you will start to get used to this work. You will maybe, in the very beginning, you'll make just $50 a day on average. Again, you will have losing days, winning days, big winning days, big losing days. That's all normal. On average, you will start making maybe $50 a day. And then you will slowly but steadily, within a few weeks or a few months, you will double that trading deposit. And that's the beauty of day trading. There is high leverage, high risk, but potentially super high reward. And then you will notice that your trading deposit have increased to $9,000. And you will increase the amount of contracts that you're trading. As simple as that. And you will be increasing that amount of risk per trade money-wise gradually, slowly, step by step, without any undue stress on your trading psychology. And then you will have about $15,000 in your trading account. You will increase the amount of traded contracts, and so on and so that once again that the curve will be exponential. It will be limitless, and within the period of the first year, you will have quite a lot of money in your trading deposit, but only if you follow each single rule to the T. So you must be very specific, very organized, and you have to be very strict with yourself. So you cannot allow yourself to break the rules or maybe trade emotionally, or the worst thing that you can do is when you have a losing day. The best thing is to stop using the 3 losses rule. But if you're not stopping and you're actually increasing the amount of contracts, and this is just a recipe for disaster. It wouldn't surprise me if a person, it can still happen when you're starting with a small trading deposit in, for example, $5,000 or let's say even a smaller one, $2,000. And within the first 3 to 4 months, you're lucky enough and you make $20,000. So you have a really nice profit. Well, maybe for some of you $20,000 in a few months of time is not very interesting, but if you think about it from the perspective of your initial deposit, which was like $2,000, then it's an incredible profit. And sometimes even when a trader is doing everything correctly and he has made $20,000 from $2,000, there might be a time when this trader might fly off the rails and lose like $10,000 in the next 2 days. That can happen. That's the reason why I always say start small and start building your profit curve slowly, and your trading deposit will grow. And that's why I've put such a huge emphasis on trading psychology and basically the approach and the expectations. One last time, do not expect that this is going to be an easy job. Do not expect that you're going to make a lot of money very fast. It probably will happen to you if you, again, follow all the rules and stay calm and stay organized. But you still should expect absolutely nothing. And in the very beginning, do not quit your job. Spend maybe a few hours per day on trading education, maybe some paper trading, some experiments, get some information from here, some information from there. But when you are looking around the internet, just make sure you're really careful about the information that you're about to use and even waste any time on that information. Make sure that you are getting that information from a trustworthy source, which of course I know that, what does it mean, trustworthy source? 95% of trading information sources are complete bullshit. All I'm saying is you have to be very, very picky when it comes to trusting somebody and using somebody's information. And then as you develop with time, you'll see that you're making some constant profits. Then perhaps you can increase the amount of time that you're spending on trading. And then at some point you will start money trading, perhaps alongside with your 9-to-5 job, and that's absolutely okay. And then as you can see that your income from trading is surpassing your income from a 9-to-5 job, that's when you can consider quitting your 9-to-5 job. And this is a very difficult transition, and you have to be extremely careful, especially if you have a really nice job which is difficult to get. Then you have to be extra careful. Don't rush to money trading. Don't rush to quitting your job. Get proper education. If it costs money, well, it has to cost money. It cannot be free. Anything free is gonna be total garbage. Trust me, been there and done that. So forget about that. So take it easy. Step by step, start building your trading knowledge, your trading foundation of your approach that suits you best. Then start with a small amount of money and then see where it takes you. Maybe you will not enjoy trading with money at all. There are some people that just cannot handle even the smallest pressure, even the smallest risk of losing even $5. There are people like that. They're just allergic to this risk. So make sure that this business suits you, that you actually enjoy it, that you enjoy isolation, sitting at your trading desk hours without no end in sight, and sometimes you're sitting there for a week or two to actually lose money and not make money. That's another aspect of trading psychology that I did not mention, is that people are used to a simple system. They go to work, whatever that work and whatever that job is, they do their job, and for example, I don't know, they work for 10 hours and then they expect to get paid for those 10 hours, and their salary is calculated by the amount of dollars they get per hour, and then multiply it by the amount of hours that you worked, and you get your paycheck. So you know what to expect specifically. Trading, it's the exact opposite. You might work as much as you want to just lose money. Now this is the reality. Even me, after 7 years, as you'll be able to check out my trading reports, I have nothing to hide. They will be available on my website for the past 2 years of my trading. And you will be able to see that some month I make an incredible amount of money. Some month you will see that I make a really small amount of money, and simply not because I wasn't trading very much, but because I was having a little bit more negative trades than positive trades, more than usual, and that's why I made a small plus or a small minus or a zero. And then of course there will be bad months when I'm losing a lot of money. There are sometimes months when I can lose $50,000. There is a month when I can make $200,000. And then on average there are months when I make around $70,000 to $80,000. And it's just jumping up and down, up and down, up and down constantly. And I'm used to it. But would you be able to live with it, with this kind of payroll structure? Because there is no payroll. There is no guaranteed income. And that's what a lot of fake gurus and fake traders are promising you. And their headlines in their cheap advertisements say that, would you like to make $5,000 per month? Well, this is complete rubbish, because there is no such thing as $5,000 per month in trading. This is not a job which you get paid for hourly. this is a job that you either do well or you don't do well, and you either make nothing for all the time that you've put in, or you make a lot of money. So it's just unstable. And that's the reality of day trading and professional long-term investments as well. So maybe day trading is not for you. Maybe you're more prone to long-term investments. That might be true as well. So before making any impulsive decisions, look around, make sure that you understand how serious this business is. Perhaps consider becoming one of my students, and after completing my program, you will definitely understand everything there is to understand about trading. And maybe even after completing my program, you'll say that, well, trading is not for me. Maybe it's going to be too complicated for you. Or maybe you'll realize that the psychological implications are potentially too severe. Because everything that we've covered so far in this challenge, I've taken out for all these lessons, picked out most important, most common things that are discussable on a really basic level. But we've covered in these past 9 lessons about 2-3% of what my personal trading consists of. It's a really difficult job. It's very complicated, but it has potential for super huge rewards. I made a lot of money day trading and professional trading as well, from stock investments and stuff like that. I did. But I mean, it was one hell of a ride. I mean, it was a huge challenge. But I mean, I'm not even 30 yet, but I made more money than a doctor or a lawyer, or actually a doctor plus a lawyer. So, well, depending on what kind of a doctor and what kind of a lawyer, of course. In general, yeah, I've lived a really comfortable life besides the work itself. Until this day, it still is very stressful. And technically, it's not that very difficult, so it's easy to understand the material. Maybe some of these things seem quite complicated, but they are really not. The only difficult thing is that there are quite many of these systems and structures, and how to combine them and in which circumstances, but it's all quite easy to learn. It just takes time to process the information, to apply it, to get used to it, to understand it, and then use it with real money trading. So it is a process, but it takes a lot less time than becoming a lawyer. How many years do you need to become a lawyer? It's about 7 years of university, and then some practice, and then you will still get a shit job somewhere probably, unless you went to Harvard or some Ivy League university, and so on and so forth. So it's gonna be years, at least 10 years, until you can get a really nice paid job. And then you will still work the same amount of hours that I'm working. When here with trading, if you apply yourself and you continue learning and you dedicate yourself to this business, then about a few months you might be able to start making money slowly, step by step, and within a year or two you can become quite rich. It is the truth, but a lot of people are losing a lot of money in day trading. So one last thing, guys, take it seriously and don't take shortcuts. Now, if you want to learn a bit more about my strategies, about how I'm using what and how I'm trading, then please click on the link below down in the description and register for my next free live webinar. And also follow me on Instagram, and feel free to message me with any trading related questions. I'm always happy to help. I'm out here, I'm real. And but if I'm not responding right away, just give me some time, because there are quite a lot of you guys who are asking me questions constantly. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this 10-day challenge that I've made for you guys, then please subscribe and hit that like button, and it would show me a bit of support, because there was a lot of work put into this to create this challenge, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I really would appreciate some little support from you guys. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.